Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to do a kind of overview of the Chaves tack knife. The reason I'm doing an overview is because I am selling this. It is basically sold at this point to Tier 1 gear reviews. Justin is a good dude. He reached out about it, and I was basically already over this at that time, so I decided to let it go, and I'll get into why, obviously. So let me just zoom out here. And this knife is interesting. So when I got it, I was pretty excited about it. Well, first off, when I first saw it, I didn't like it at all. I thought it was the fuggliest, ugliest little gremlin of a knife I'd ever seen. But then I realized it had a reversible clip. It was a flipper made by Riot, compound grind, Chaves clip, black micarta. There's some positives there, right? So I went ahead and bought one. I figured $225, that's not too bad. And I snagged one off of NC Blade. And you'll see here, the action is absolutely incredible. Riot detent will never fail you, and it is very smooth on the close. Now, I'm going to admit something. You know, I'm never wrong, guys. I'm going to admit that the Riot detent and the Riot action, it kind of clouded me a little bit, guys, and I basically overlooked some things because I was so excited to have a knife with good action, you know? And detents are what I am really concerned about these days. I want a good freaking detent. And when I get that in a knife, sometimes I'll overlook other things, and it takes a little bit for me to realize what they are. And some of those things I still could overlook. Like, let's get into it. So the jimping here. You know, I kind of blew that off a little bit in my unboxing. It is pretty sharp, guys. Like, it's not fun. You know what I mean? I still don't think it's a huge issue. But if you put some pressure down there, it can be a little rough on your thumb. I honestly don't care that much, but, you know, it definitely is an issue. I talked about this area right here being an issue, and it definitely is. This is also, I guess, the first time I'm showing this up close, so I'll kind of go over the knife here. There's your clip. It has 2 screws in it. It's mounted from the outside to accommodate the ambi clip. I have been told Benchmade clips fit this. Haven't tried that, so I can't be sure about that. There's a lot of screws on the outside here on the scales, and that's because they kind of did it the easy way and just threw a scale on and tapped it in, right? They didn't do any kind of inlay. They didn't do any kind of shadow boxing or anything to make it look nice, and that's how they kept the cost down to $225 on this guy, right? You'll see there's more screws under there. It's like screw heaven on this knife. It's super boxy. I mean, look at everything is square. Nothing is chamfered down except for maybe some rounding up here. The tip goes very close to the edge or to the end of the knife. I can feel it right there. I will not be able to pull it out because it's a Riot, has a good detent. Barrel spacers there. They look kind of weird on this knife to me for some reason. Blade is pretty much dead centered. Might be a little off to this side. There's your relief cut for the liner lock. So, too many screws, sharp, jimping, this weird-ass huge choil thing, sharpening choil, whatever you want to call it. Ergos aren't actually bad. I can fit all 4 on pretty well, and it's actually relatively comfortable. The blade, of course, is going to be fantastic. This is M390 steel. I think I saw something weird on here. Hang on, let me just grab something to weight this down. Oh, no, this wasn't the knife. Okay, was trying to remember. There was one knife where it said like China right there, and I was like, that's weird on this specific knife, because it wasn't like some cheap thing. So anyway, this wasn't that. Never mind. So those are your only markings: M390, Chaves key, and then of course this is basically a branding right here. So why am I letting it go, right? I pointed out some of those issues, and honestly, they're not killers for me. This jimping for me is not that bad. It's never bothered me. Love the clip. Love the action. It might even be called stiff, but not too stiff. It fires every time. You never get fatigued, so it's good with me. Black micarta's done very well. I really am a fan of black micarta these days. So the couple reasons I'm letting this go is that really boxy feel. This thing, choil, whatever, that is just, it's just, it could have either been a good finger choil or you could have had more edge. Like, this is kind of ridiculous to me. And then lastly, the most important reason and the main reason this is going is the clip. I love the skull clip. It's not that. It's going in and out of pocket. It is very stiff. You have to really shove it in and rip it out because of the shape of the clip. It's kind of weird, and the boxy-ass design, it's kind of weird. And then when it's in your pocket, it's very sharp on a lot of places, especially with this flipper tab. So I liked it, and just playing with it after unboxing it around the house, all that stuff was great, right? I actually was really liking it. I even nicknamed it the Chaves Chubby Mommy. So if you want to call it by its nickname, you can. It is the Chubby Mommy. And that's M-A-M-I, of course. Now, yeah, that clip, I just started carrying it, and I carried it for 2 or 3 days straight. And as a secondary type knife, so it would go in my back pocket, or I even tried it in the front. And it just is not a solid, it's not a very good clip. I just haven't enjoyed it. I don't know if I can kind of show you here. This is not a pair of jeans, but maybe you can see. You see how even on this Hank, man, I don't want to ruin the Hank. There, got it in, right? And this is just a Hank. Like, think about your jeans, right? And then coming out, you can see it just hanging on for dear life. And that's not fun. And then having all these sharp edges around it on top of that, and having the tip so close. Actually, somebody told me they reached into their pocket and caught their pinky and sliced it pretty good. So there's just a lot of reasons for me not to like this knife, on top of the fact that it's $220 or whatever tied up in something. And I'm trying to start putting money away for Blade Show. I'm selling some stuff, and yeah, this is going to be one of them. And Tier 1's going to get it, seems like, and I'm happy with that. He'll check it out. I'm sure he'll like it. He's a big Chaves fan. So that is kind of my first impression / overview / goodbye to the Chaves TAK tiny ass knife. And real quick, one other sort of random update. I just got this in, unboxed it. This is the replacement Vero isotope that Joseph sent me. The one I had ended up having nicks up here on the blade. Like, I could slide my finger like this and it would catch on them. And then it had lock stick. This model here does not have any of those issues. It is dead centered. It came with the absolute slightest bit of play. I tightened the pivot a little bit, and it is good. You can see the action is very good. Don't have any issues with detent or anything. I mean, it's a little light in general. Like, I can fail it if I want. But if you just kind of pull it, you're good to go. So this has been definitely nice to get a replacement. I'm gonna do a comparison between this and the James brand Barnes, of course. I tuned this as well. It is now a smooth dropper. Yeah, I'm going to compare these, and then they're both probably going to get sold. This one has already been sold. And and I'm guessing this is going to go as well. This may not post until this is already gone, so you don't really need to ask me about it. I'll let you guys know if I'm selling it. I'll do a video or post it or whatever. And I've already had 20 people ask me, so there's a line around the block. So anyway, yeah, that is, sorry, just a quick update there. That was my first impressions overview. Goodbye to the chubby mommy. I will not miss you, but I love you. All right. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I love you all, and I will catch you later.